Hey everybody! Welcome and thank you for tuning in. We're finally at the finals for the Dash for Cash down at Butterfly Farm, Indy 800. Now, I do have Speed Hive up and running because I am prepared this time round. I weighed myself at the end of this one and I did come in at 6 kilos heavier, so we got pretty close to, well, actually we're still way off on the weight, but end of the weekend I was still happy with the results. The pace that I had was just compared to what they should have been, I thought it was really good. I was really happy with it. I still had a fun weekend. Like, I wasn't competitive, which was upsetting, but I still had a fun weekend. So that's the main result. Now, I started off in, what is it 11th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th? Up 10th, 2, 4, start moving. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I started in 10th. Speed Hive doesn't show you when you start. So we've got the inside, which we're doing good there. That was a much better start. Like, I was pretty prepared on that one. Didn't lose any positions. There was a little bit of an unlucky cart on top of another cart, so couldn't really take advantage of that there. We're hoping to get some positions there. We lost a position, so we are down in 11th. Lost another position, down in 12th. So we got the bad end of that little incident. Unfortunately, we only had the outside. If we had the inside, we might have been able to gain maybe 1 or 2 positions, but you're on the outside, you can't really take advantage of that. The outside on that corner is very slippery as well, so unfortunate. Oh no, sorry, we're in 11th because I think someone did come off. Yeah, so we're in 11th because I think someone did come off on that accident. Yeah, so someone did come off on that accident, so we did drop down to 12th, but because that person slipped off, we are in 11th. You can see they're slightly pulling away. I did set my tyres a little lower than what I usually would, because I think this is it a 14-minute finals? I can't remember. I think it was 10, 12, 12, 14. I can't remember. They go off times, so I can't actually set. Oh, how many? We did 17 laps. Let's just 17 laps. Doing about 40 seconds average. Maths, let's just say, yeah, it would be around 14 minutes. I'd say it's around a 14-minute race, 17 laps total. So I did set my tyre pressures a little bit lower than what I usually do, not much lower, but yeah, so start not going to be really competitive or on pace. We're just trying to maintain our position and stick with them. As long as you stick with them, you want to hope that the other people's tyres are higher than yours, so then you have the advantage at the end of the race. But you can see that I am actually not losing any. Actually, that section right there I'm really good at. So there's a little bit of argy-bargy there. That gave me access to go right on the bump of 77. Not close enough for a pass, or am I? No, not close enough for a pass. Oh, no, not close enough for a pass. That little cart-on-cart action gave me a chance to get up close. You can see there's a section that I'm really good at. Like, I was already up close to him before that little contact. So people in front of us, they are pulling away, but I'm sticking with these two here. I know 77 was fairly quick throughout the weekend, but I don't know if he had a injury or he just didn't have the endurance. He just kind of lost it at the end, like between the middle to end of the races. He kind of just lost it. I think he just lost his pace or just lost energy or something, and then yeah, but he did have fairly fast laps. He would have done them at the start of the races. So they are, I wouldn't say they're quicker than me, but they are slightly on par with my pace. It's a bit difficult for me to get a pass. It's quite difficult to pass at this track. You've got to really underbrake the drivers. You want to hope that they make mistakes. So I give him a little tap there. I don't think he brake checked me, but he did let me pass. I think he was just slowing down in prep to let me pass. I gave him a hand signal as a thanks. Probably not great to brake on that corner since I'm flat out, but I really do appreciate that from him. It does allow me to, because I was slightly, I would say I was slightly faster, or I slightly had more pace than him, so there were sections where I was catching up to him, but I was catching up at the end of the corner or end of the straight. I just didn't have that acceleration. I'm going to say due to overweight, didn't have that acceleration to be on his bumper before the passing zone, so I was a little bit behind, and then I'd catch up at the end of the corner kind of thing. It's good of him to let me pass. You can see that the car in front of us did pull that gap a bit, because he did slow down and to try and let me pass. So got a little bit of catching up to do, and I do believe that I was a little faster than this driver at the start of the race, or at the start of the weekend. But she did improve herself throughout the weekend, and she's not much slower than me in this final. So kudos to her, adapting and improving just in a day's worth of racing. But it's just going to be doing laps now, so I might just have a talk about, I don't know what I'm going to do for my future of racing. As I explained in the last video, just local racing, there's just not enough numbers in my class. That's why I jumped down to lights in Dash for Cash, because there was no numbers in mediums. What's the point of me racing in my class when there's no numbers? Yeah, so I went down to lights and tried to have a good racing time, and I did. Like I said, I would like to be competitive, but you can't have everything. So the future for my racing, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go back to Karting New South Wales. I do know their numbers haven't dropped as much as what people were expecting. I'm looking at the races that they do. I don't think it's just the medium class. The popular class in TagR is light and heavy. Unfortunately, I'm too heavy for light, and I'm too light for heavy. So the medium's where I go. You get good numbers at Newcastle for medium. I think there was another track as well. I think Coffs Harbour had a decent number for medium, but it's just the numbers aren't there. So I've been looking at Speed Hive for Karting New South Wales, seeing what their numbers are like, and if their numbers look like they're improving in that class, I might have to go back over to medium for Karting New South Wales. I do know the numbers get really high in Karting Australia when it's big events, but keep in mind, like Dash for Cash is a big event. You got $1,000 up for prize. And there was, I think, three or two drivers that entered in medium, me and another driver, and he dropped out. So I don't really want to enter. I entered Tamworth, and I was the only medium that entered in Tamworth. And there's no point me spending $200 to get to the track and race, and then spend another $300 just to race by myself. So I would have done it if I had the money, and if I was a little bit younger and was able to do it. But I just can't really think of a good reason to race by myself for $400, $500, you know. So we'll see how we go. People are telling me to go to 4SS. That's a 4-stroke class. It is the most boring class based on speed. Numbers, I still don't see high numbers in there, but there's less, I wouldn't say cheating, but there's less, let's just say, oh no, because I don't believe drivers cheat. They just try to loophole the system. In 4SS, the racing is closer, in saying that you would have 5 drivers in a race, and if they're all equal drivers, their karts and engines aren't going to really perform more or better than the other. You could have 5 drivers as equal, and they could finish first, second, third, fourth, fifth in about 6/10 apart, like from first to fifth, 6/10 apart, which is really close racing. As you can see in this class here, I'm 6 kilos lighter. I'm kind of sticking up with her. I think it's getting into the race, so she might be getting a bit tired. But the other 10 drivers in front of us, or 8 drivers, sorry, they're miles ahead. And some people speculate that some people are cheating. Some people speculate that other things. It's just how this class is. Some people can take advantage of certain aspects of the class, and I wouldn't say it's cheating. I'd just say that they're outthinking the field, I guess. So 4SS is an option. It's not really where I want to be because it's not really the class that I like, but it is a lot more cost efficient. And we're coming up to the end. I think that might have been the end. Might have been last lap. We'll see if I slow down. Yeah, it is a lot more cheaper than TagR. Let's just say TagR cost me 10 grand a year, where 4SS might cost me 8 grand or 6 grand. Like it's cheaper. The engines are slightly cheaper. It's more the maintenance towards the engines. Keep in mind that I'm not racing much, so this engine could last me almost a year before I have to fully rebuild it. Fully rebuild is at 2 grand. So there's things to think about. So that was the last lap there. Things to think about. I do hope you all enjoyed the video. I do apologise that I didn't give much entertainment. Last video got like 400 views. I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in on that video. Hopefully I can race again soon and give you all oh, that wasn't last lap. Sorry. Anyway, I'll just keep talking about the outro. Yeah, hopefully I can race again soon and give you guys some more videos to watch. The earliest I might be racing is next month. What is it? Is it April? No, it's May. June the 1st, which is like still 3 weeks away. That's the 3rd round of the trophy series at Tamworth. Hopefully I can race sooner, but if I can't, I'm sorry guys. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and keep watching, supporting me. Thank you.
And that ends the excitement and the racing at the Greater Sydney Kart Club.